Welcome back to the channel. This is Jay from Team DMA. So I'm bringing you another video. This video is branded bystial. So basically it's undefeated, like I was saying, and you should know already how it works. You got your branded, and then on top of that they got the bystial. Now this deck for the majority has two variants that are like very dominant in the meta, top tier, locals, regionals, nationals, and it would be either the branded bystial or you have the branded chimera. Some of them play branded chimera bystial, but the bystial being a smaller engine, but this one's just branded bystial. And I seen it walk all over like dark magician decks. It beat some Kashtira. It's just dominating a lot of decks like Math Mix and all kinds of decks, going undefeated. I think I followed it a few singles, not 10, less than that, but the deck's pretty broken. And I challenged them to a duel, and I just wanted to showcase like an advanced play. There was one attack that he didn't want to do because he saw the back is full, but it was his mistake. But I'm gonna show you some Dark Magician advanced plays that you're gonna want to use in your locals if you want to win. Knowing these combos give you the edge to win, because sometimes all you need to do is be one step ahead. So he's gonna go ahead and normal summon. That's gonna get him the branded with the Luber, and then from there the typical lineup of branded, going into the fusion, the Lubellion, chaining in the graveyard, and then he's got the Mirror Jade. And now he's starting his bystial combos: dumping, chain to search, banish. He's bringing it out, then he brings it out, places the spell onto the board, send it to the graveyard, chain. That lets him send the card back to the deck, and then search, set a card face down in the back. So pretty much what we have is he's got a banish in the graveyard with the bystial lineup, and then he's got a lot of cards in the back set up. So he is ahead by a lot, and we have pretty much a dead hand other than the skill drain. Anything that goes in the graveyard is getting banished, so you have to be really careful here. So there's nothing to do because we lost the duel already, and a lot of Dark Magician players actually leave right here because they lost. And in a technical sense, they're right. You don't want to waste your time, so go on to the next duel. But this is Jay, and this is the AC 130, the 2024 edition. So I'm going to show you how mastering your deck and sequences can be rewarding if you know how to play it correctly. So he's gonna go with the Luber. We're gonna go ahead and negate that. He's gonna chain, discard, dump, search. So he escapes it. So this guy's he's pretty strong. He's top tier player. Like I said, he's undefeated. So before people start lying and saying, oh, he doesn't know how to play branded, because that's what people love to say, it's a lie. This guy's a pro. He's undefeated. He's the best, and that's all there is. Nothing that I do can stop him. Typical lineup, and he forgets about the skill drain just to activate the effect. Obviously it doesn't work. So he does attack, and then because he sees so many cards in defense in the back, he chooses not to do the final attack with the Chimera, which could have ended the game, but he's aware that I have the Eternal and the Circle, so he knows that I'm gonna chain to banish off the hand. And he's gonna try to take me out the next turn. But from there, we're gonna go ahead and chain and get Dark Magic attack to our hand from the deck, shuffling the deck, getting more cards in our hand. We drew our bystial. So here's something that I forgot to mention last time, but here it is again. You always want to summon the Dark Magician off the Magician Souls, and then you want to use the Eternal Soul as speed 2. So I'll show you an example. So you pitch the Dark Magician to the graveyard with Magician Souls, and then you send it to the graveyard, and then you send Souls to the graveyard to special summon the Dark Magician. At that time, there'll be triggering effects to either negate the Magician Souls or banish the Dark Magician in the graveyard. So what you want to do from there is trigger something else. Don't trigger the Eternal, because if you trigger the Eternal, they would have changed to a Bestial, or in this case, to a Call by the Grave, and it would have gone banished, and you would have lost the game. As you already know, you should have lost the game in turn one. It's time for you to surrender. But this is Jay. I mastered the Dark Magician 3-4 years ago, and this is the AC 130 from 2024. So I should be able to beat any deck. It doesn't matter what cards they play. I should be able to win, no excuses. So they play the Mercurier, negate it, and then I chain to the Soul Servant to draw a card to bait again, because it's 2 baits, and he uses them all. And then from there, we're gonna go ahead and chain. And this is the advanced combo where you chain the Eternal Soul. Eternal Soul gets chained at the end, never at the beginning. If you do it, you're gonna lose, and that's the reason why a lot of people hate the Circle and the Eternal Soul. It's not because they suck, it's because the player sucks. He doesn't know how to play Dark Magician. And you can tell right away, because they take cards out and they never win, and then they add cards and they still never win. So it doesn't matter if they add cards or they take away, they suck. They can never win because they don't know how to play Dark Magician. So there's the combo. If you need to write it down or save this video on your playlist on your YouTube channel, or you just want to write that down, like I was saying, you always want to start with the regular speed of the Magician Souls. Dump in the graveyard, dump the Magician Souls, and then special some of the Dark Magician. They should have a response there to either negate, banish, or even with the Bestial. Once they activate the effect, because if they don't, then it'll be over already. But if they don't, just bring it out to the field, and if something happens, you can bring it back anyway. So get Dark Magic attack. But in this case, he changed twice. The first one with the Mercurier to stop you, and then the second one with Call by the Grave. Now, for the most part, they usually chain a third one with Bestial, but he doesn't have any, because he already used them all up to set up his board. But the skill drain is active, so he's kind of frozen. So we chain with the Eternal Soul, bring the Dark Magician out, and you have to meticulously dismantle his board carefully. So what do I mean by that? You don't want to banish the wrong card, because if you do, you lose the duel. Because remember, you should have already lost on turn 1, but you survived turn 2, counting your opponent's turn as well, because they're doing stuff. It's not like they're just leaving the field empty and passing turn. They have a bunch of cards on the field. So from there, you drew, there can only be one, and we're going to be banishing the Chimera. So a lot of people can question, like, why the Chimera? Because it's a beast, and this deck plays beasts and dragons, and there is another type that it plays. They play whim and beast and dragon. They play a few other ones, but for the most part, those are the main ones that they're playing. So you're gonna banish it, and he's gonna trigger his effect to special another one. Chaining, it gets negated. He's gonna draw a card, Dark Magic attack. So right here, we're gonna do another advanced play, because he's obviously winning the duel. Remember, you should have surrendered from turn 1. But you should never give up, never, ever, ever. As I always teach in the Team DMA, there's always a way to win. You just have to look carefully. Remember Yu-Gi-Oh, the anime, he never lost. It wasn't because he was the best. It was because he never gave up, and he always saw a way out. And that's the main thing of Yu-Gi-Oh, especially in Dark Magician. You have to recreate being Yugi or the Pharaoh attempt, which is don't give up, and then you have to see what cards you have. If you have cards and don't help you win, that's because the cards suck. So in a technical sense, the person creating the deck sucks. So that's kind of the fault of the creator of the deck. So what you want to do is put cards that win, not that lose, not that brick. So as you saw on my duel, I bricked. That's just the honest truth. If I would have unbricked, he would have banished the Dark Mission, and that's at the end of the duel. But I didn't give up, and I'm going forward little by little, gaining ground. And here's the combo that I'm telling you guys about. So he's going to go ahead and attack, and in his mind, he won already. But what we're going to do is chain to there can only be one, and that'll lock him to the dragon and the whim, which means no more bestial. So he's done. chaining, banish, and don't touch the dragon. Don't um don't touch the dragon, because if you touch the dragon, he's gonna chain to another bestial. So don't keep him locked. The way you would do it is you're gonna want to OTK him. Uh, so what I would do is I would on my turn I would dump another yeah, you can dump a Dark Magician Girl or another Dark Magician just to be safe. It depends on you. And you would special the Magician Souls, and you can send the skill drain, and there can only be one to the graveyard to draw. And then from there, it'll open the board, and you can attempt to OTK. He's obviously going to be chaining to more dragons because it is a bestial branded, or you could just leave it active and kind of just coast it. The Nothing's happening. He's gonna be locked because of the dragons, and you don't have to activate the circle. You can choose not to. Just let it hit, go to the graveyard, and then come back. Banish something else, but not the dragon. As long as the dragon's on the field, he's locked. So you can pretty much banish any other card that exists that he plays, and little by little, he's going to be lowering his cards till he has like one or two in his hand. One of them might be the bestial, the other one may not. But at that point, you'll have two Dark Magician in the graveyard, and you can pull out of the banishing effect. So basically, you play the souls again, then you special, and he's gonna bestial, and then you're gonna chain to eternal, and that's gonna bring two of them out, and then you're gonna be bringing your bestial, and that's gonna be 7,500. And obviously, you could draw another monster to finish off the job, and that's pretty much game. But in his case, he understood what was going on. What he didn't know was we weren't gonna touch the dragon, only the whim. So that's pretty much game. And right away they run away. They don't want to. They don't want to deal with me no more. And that's just a curse that you have to deal with. People scared of you. People running away. And a lot of people, like I said in the comment sections, always have excuses for them. Oh, they bricked. Oh, they didn't know how to play their deck. Oh, this, oh, that. The list just goes a million excuses. They're like, oh, he paid someone to lose. Oh, it's one of his friends. They're just rigged it. It's always like that. It's never the AC 130 just dominates all the decks. It's never like, it's never, I just outsmart them. It's never, it doesn't matter what deck they play. You hear on my side, there's no excuses. I just get the job done. I just win no matter what. And on the other side, it's not like that. It's just full of excuses, sore losers. So that's pretty much it. Hopefully you liked the video. Hopefully what I told you was helpful to you. People who struggle with going past like 6 or 7,000 of attack. Remember, there is that spell, that continuous spell card. I don't remember the name right now, but basically a Dark Magician that attacks can double or gain double the attack of the opponent's monster. So you can go over just about anything. I don't carry that card. I think it's Piercing the Darkness. I don't remember what it's called, but that's pretty much what is going on. So if you have any questions or concerns, let me know. But as you have been noticing, I started playing the AC 130 again, and I've been working on it, and it's been winning a lot of duels. Right now, I'm at 90% win rate. I've never been that high. It's always 80% or less, but right now it's very high. It's like 90% win rate. Going first, it's like 95. Like I could do like 10 going first turns, and out of the 10 I'll win 9. Sometimes I win all 10. Going second is when the number decreases. Out of 10 I'll lose 3. So you average out in a calculator, you are sitting around 80% win rate. And the full matches out of 6 is still doing 4 wins out of 6. I lose 2. Sometimes I'll just lose 1, but it's rare when you're playing against these decks that are tier 1, national level, regional level, or like local champions. They have a lot of negates, a lot of interruptions. It's not easy, and I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it's hard to get a 100% win rate with the deck when you don't have any strong cards, no hand traps, no evenly matched, no kaijus, none of that. Nothing that'll help you win. It's difficult to get 100% win rate. So I'm pretty happy with the results. And if you have any questions or concerns, let me know. And with that having been said, guys, is hopefully you like the video. Comment, subscribe, like, let me know what you think. And with that having been said, Dark Magic Attack.